Hello, my name is Trish Dunn, and I'm a stand-up comedy ventriloquist, and I am a ventriloquist coach, and I am a comedy coach. And this is not my forte. However, I do use the distant voice, so this is going to be a tutorial on the ventriloquist distant voice. We have a group on Facebook called the Ladies in Ventriloquism, and we are giving ourselves a challenge of the distant voice, and we've been asked for a little bit of guidance. So that is why I have decided to do this video on the distant voice. And if you are watching this on general YouTube and not in the group, then you know that I decided to post it. If you're watching it in the group, there's no guarantee I'll post it. Might wait and see what you say. Anyway, so let's dive right in. So you've heard of the ventriloquist distant voice. There are some experts at this. Ron Lucas is the best. Please do not compare me to him. I think I would fall short. However, there are two types of distant voices that you will see. One distant voice is an object, something. You'll see Ron Lucas do it with the microphone. You've seen there's a clip of Jeff Dunham back in the day where he does it with a bottle. One of my great ventriloquist talents that I work with, and she also happens to be my ventriloquist best friend, she does a bit with a voice and a bottle. So one of the distant voices is, it's an object voice or some kind of a voice. Then there's another kind of a distant voice, and that is a character or something, and over there. It's actually away from you, somewhere in the distance. Maybe it's in a case, maybe it's on the roof, maybe it's over there. Most of the time, those may be on one of your already established characters' voices. Okay, now, so let's there is the third one I want to point out with both of these voices. The thing to remember is with distant voice, it is more than the voice itself. It's not just the words, the sounds that you're making, whether they're altered, not altered, sounding strange, not sounding strange. There is more to it. The distant voice requires body language, eyes. You need to sell the distant voice. In other words, and I don't have a bottle, but if you're wanting it to come out of the microphone, you're going to need to direct attention to the microphone to give the illusion that it's coming out of the microphone. If you're doing a distant voice for one of your characters, possibly you've put it back in the case, but it wants to say something about what you're doing on stage, you are going to direct your eyes and your body to that case to convey that you're sensing the voice is coming from there. You're selling it with your eyes, your body language, everything that you do. So first, I am going to cover the distant voice for an object. Now, with the distant voice for an object, it is not necessarily as strained or altered as it would be for a voice that's, say, coming from the case, coming from behind the door, from the roof, as far away, okay? But it does have to be clearly a different voice than what you have. Also, if it is an object and you have other characters in your act, it can't be one of your character's voice. It's going to have to be a distinct, different voice, okay? So let's see. Like I said, it's not going to be as strained and altered as the distant, far away voice, which we will cover in a minute. I'm going to do my best right now to give you an example of the distant voice for an object. Now, this is a bit that I am going to be doing on stage. I have actually not performed it live yet, but it will be in my shows in September. So it's still a little bit of a work in process, but I figured I needed to give you an example. Okay, so this is a bit. I have not performed it live on stage yet, but I will be performing it in September. So it's still kind of a work in process, so please bear with me, but I'll give you the setup. The setup is, it is coming at the end of my opening monologue. And so because it's coming at the end of my opening monologue, and I'm not going to do that for you, just kind of bear with me and realize I've just kind of like, I'm in my opening monologue. And I say, and my parents didn't know what to think about that thing. Oh my God, that is so rank. Excuse me? Ever heard of the toothbrush? I don't know who's right here. The one that you're blasting your stinking horrible breath into. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that you could talk. Watch your hands. Hashtag me too. I'm very, very sorry about that. Seriously. Oh gosh, this is so disgusting. Look, I can promise you and everybody here that I did brush my teeth on the way here. Well, I don't know what to tell you, that apparently something crawled through your gut to your mouth on the way. Okay, look, I'm really just lowering the, lower you just lowering and watch your hands. Okay. Is that better? Oh yeah. Oh, that is so disgusting. Now what? You've got so much nose hair. It looks like it's a car wash through your other lip. Okay, I can assure you I do not. Wait a minute. I don't have to take this from you. $5. What? $5? What? $5, and then it all goes away. Look, I'm not gonna be extorted by you. I'm not gonna give you $5 for you to do your job. Fine, then I won't do my job. Okay. Thank you, and please welcome to the stage my cousin Clem. Anyway, so there you can say, that's not exactly how I want to end it, but you see the example of the object distant voice. And yes, I had to pay the microphone. So now I'm gonna, let's do a character distant voice. Now, the key with the character distant voice is because the character is literally in the distance. It doesn't have to be far away, like falling from the roof, which you'll see some people do, or behind the door. It could be as simple as your character talking from the case. Now, I do that with my characters. My characters are all in a family. They don't necessarily like each other, and they do sometimes comment from the case. The thing to remember is because they are commenting from elsewhere, you need to convey a bit more of a distance than you do if you're doing like the object distant voice. So in this particular case, you're going to need to strain your voice just a little bit depending on how far away the voice is. Sometimes you may see somebody doing a distant voice on the roof, and you may see the distant voice start to fall, and in which case you're like, hey, there, I gotta jump. No, please don't jump. Something like that. I don't do that in my accent. That probably sucked. But anyway, I do the character in the case. So let's get a character and let's give you an example of that. Oh, wait a minute. So you are straining that voice, and it has to be your character. Now, I'm going to do this. I should have explained this. I'm going to do this with Clem, and let's see. Let me get Clem. Hi, Trish. How's it going? It's going good, Clem. It's going good. I'm a little bit far away from the case there, but anyway. So this is Clem. How you doing, man? I'm going to help you do this distant voice bit. Yes. So anyway, Clem, I think it's time for you to go back into your case. I just got out here, Trish. So anyway, so Clem's going to go back in his case. So Clem is away from me right now, and then I'm going to welcome to the stage. Hey, Trish. Hey, man, this is a dull character right there, man. Let me back out, man. This ain't very good. Wait a minute. Clem, it's not time. It's time for... I don't care, Trish. This sucks, man. I'm all the way down here. This is ridiculous. that is the distant voice for Clem in his case. I strained it a bit more from when he's out here with me. Hey, you're really strong like that. And then when he's over there, hey, Trish, man, I'm over here. You're straining, you're altering. Just make sure you don't like rough up your vocal cords. If you feel like you got a cough or you start to feel a little tickle, then you are using your vocal cords wrong. You need to do it a little bit different. But the thing is, you're conveying a little bit of a strain because he's further away. If you use a regular mic like this, which actually isn't plugged in right now, but if you're using a regular mic like this, you can kind of like that, kind of move around a little bit. That can help you a little bit so you're not using as much of a voice to be strained. If you have on the headset mic, I call it a preacher mic, you're not going to be able to back away from that. So you're really going to have to work with your voice manipulation. That is my take on the distant voices. Hope you found it helpful. I have a book out on comedy writing for dummies, dialogue comedy writing for dummies. And if you are transitioning from being an amateur where you don't get paid to being a professional when you get paid and you're worried about what to track for your tax return, got a book out on that too. They're both available on Amazon. See the link below. Thank you very much.